Because when you have a moment of anger, eat the color of food that you reverse complementary project. And this was taught for thousands of years. But all of this was taken away in 326 with the burning of Alexandria and the murder of all of the scholars. And it was replaced with academics. You look up the word academic in a good dictionary, it says trivia. And so what's happening here in the 21st century, and I love it, is that more and more young people are embracing the fact that they have genius and intelligence within, and they don't need the factory schooling and the academic indoctrination of trivial things to stick in blanks, to put on exams, to get a grade and woohoo. They're actually stepping up and honoring, and a lot of the parents are allowing them. And that just warms my heart. But this whole thing of emotions, and that's why I did a section in here called Feeding Your Emotions, so that people would have this information again. It's not taught anymore to the depth that it was understood. And I always take too long to answer a question. Sorry. It comes back to just basically a basic wisdom that nutrition, the word nutrition comes of the prefix nut, which is the Latin nux, that means light. Nutrition literally means working of light, or the workers of light, the process of light. These little creatures out there that we call plants, they are so beautiful and awesome. And it's almost like they just absolutely instinctively, inherently know that the measure of their purpose and design is to build themselves into a geometrical form and a structure that supports the animal kingdom. And the greatest joy they receive is to be taken into the most complex organization of any animal on the earth, which we call human. And hu, of course, comes of the ancient Hindu word God, and man means hands. So a praying mantis means praying hands. Human means the hands of God. When we go out and we collect the plants from under the earth and on the earth and above the earth and lift them with our hands, not a radioactive amalgam, which 70% of all the utensils in the United States are now radioactive, even though that's published through the Nuclear Atomic Commission of Knoxville, Tennessee. People don't know that. And so they're shoving radioactive metal into their mouth and stabbing these little things and lifting it. It's like, good grief. Get back to some simplicity. Get back to Adem de fourchette, Adam's fork, the fingers. Lift a piece of food to your mouth. Yeah.
What sort of foods would it contain?
Anything from under the ground, on the ground, and above the ground. I don't know if people have noticed, but you can sneak up on an apple tree, and they don't start screaming and running when they notice you. They don't want to bleat for their lives, you know, and you can eat the apples, and there's a spirit of joy. There's some kind of intelligence of where these things came from. And did they float in upon solar winds from other worlds, and that's how the world propagates and plants itself and begins anew? I guess that's anybody's argument, but there's something about a peach or an apple, something from under the ground that we call garlic or onion. And in today's world, it's so popular to attack a plant whole food. You can't eat garlic. Oh, that'll kill you. Oh, yeah. Don't eat tomatoes. Whew, that's nightshade, family. You know, buy a Coca-Cola that has horse piss in it and drink it. It's safer. Oh, did I say horse piss? I'm sorry. Phosphoric acid. Don't Google that. You probably won't drink soda pop anymore. Or you'll take it in a form of Premarin or Pravira. Horse piss concentrated into a pharmaceutical drug. You know, we're just so ignorant and lost and blind. And when it comes to these foods, if we would just eat foods under the ground, on the ground, and above the ground, in the seasons that they come forth, the viscosities of the blood, or the thickness and thinness, will go up and down according to the temperature outside. That's how we stay in harmony with everything around us, is eat foods in season, preferably locally grown, But Don, what about organic? What about organic? I'm all for organic. I raised 10,000 names in the definition of the organic movement in the California Act of 1991. I'm not behind it anymore, nor are most of my friends out of the San Joaquin and Napa Valleys, because it's been taken over by the USDA, which is controlled by the FDA, which is controlled by the pharmaceutical industry. So it just comes down to knowing what's local and the best. If there are sprays, wash them off. 2 quarts of water, 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, do a spectral analysis, all the residues are gone, you're fine.
Don, we're running out of time. Let me ask you a quick question. Your book is very comprehensive, it's very heavy, it's very big, it's got a lot of information. It's also very expensive. So for someone who couldn't afford this kind of book, do you have lots of free articles on your website? How can they get the information?
The reason that it's expensive is because we've done this thing in a way. It's over 1,600 pages, 2 volumes, it weighs 12 pounds. It's done on papers that are designed to last for 200 years. I want it to become a family heirloom and hopefully passed down so we can get back to some basic reality. But if people will come to dontolmanusa.com or dontolmaninternational.com, we have information that we put out in newsletters and things that I think people will find will be some of the most simple nuggets of 24-karat gold that they could hope for in today's world of confusion and conflicting writers. And I think that we can just take the laser's knife and cut through and get to some truth.
Don Tolman, thank you very much. That's all we have time for.